candidate Ken Paxton. Ken, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations.
Hey, thank you. So good to be on. Obviously ready to take on this guy you just showed clips of that is a little weird.
Yeah, well, look, you just defeated a 4-term U.S. Senator. So what message do you believe that sends to Republicans in Washington who are still not getting behind President Trump's agenda in a big way?
Well, I think it sends a message we need to listen to Donald Trump. He's the leader of the party. I think what he's trying to accomplish, most Americans want. Certainly Republicans want it. And so whatever we need to do to get behind the president, I'm for, and I think that message has been sent both with this election in Texas and the election in Louisiana. So it's pretty unusual for incumbent senators to lose. It's almost never happened in the last 50 years, I think maybe twice. And so this sends a message, 2 in like a month. I think it's something we need to pay attention to.
Yeah, maybe, but let's face it, the Senate leadership did not get behind you in a big way. And you know, I mean, even at one point, I think John Thune had an agreement with President Trump saying, if you endorse my guy, John Cornyn, then we'll get the Save America Act over the finish line. That didn't happen. The president endorsed you. How are you going to get the support that you need from Senate leadership in the Republican Party so that they can help you, in fact, defeat the Democrat in November?
Look, I'm very optimistic about getting their support. I've already been in contact with Senator Thune, Senator Barrasso, Senator Cotton, Senator Scott from South Carolina. So I think they've all pledged their support along with other U.S. Republican senators. And I'm going to meet with several of them this week. And I think they understand how important Texas is, not just because of the majority, but also because we are Texas. We haven't lost a statewide race since 1994, and this isn't the time to do it. We need to unite, and we need to fight together. And I'm willing to do that, and I certainly think they are too.
All right, so you're going to meet with John Thune this week?
That's correct.
What's your message in terms of defeating James Tallarico in November? How are you going to do it?
Like, I think it's pretty easy to do in Texas because this guy doesn't represent Texas values. He doesn't even, I'm not even sure he could get elected in California. His views are so radical once exposed. Now, look, he's trying to walk them back right now. You know, his vegan campaign views, his saying the American flag was it's a complicated symbol, his talking about God being non-binary and pushing men into women's sports. I mean, the list goes on, and this isn't just me making this up. This is what he actually said, and now he's complaining that I'm quoting him with his strange, weird comments.
Well, what are you going to do about your own record and your own perception? The Wall Street Journal describes you as scandal-plagued.
Well, look, that was all pushed by Karl Rove, and I understand how that works, and I get why they said that. But the reality is, they could say the same thing about Donald Trump. When you're fighting the fight, unfortunately, you get attacked, and you have to defend yourself. And when you do that, and they're not successful, they still accuse you of things. Accusations don't mean that the thing actually happened. They have to prove these things in our country. That they did not do with President Trump, and that they did not do with me, and yet they continue to act like something bad happened when they have no proof of it.
Yeah, all right. What about the issues that are important to the American people? It feels like the Republicans and certainly President Trump are once again talking about the border. How would you assess the border? You dealt with millions of people coming into the state of Texas and into the country under Joe Biden's wide open border. What do you want to say about that issue today?
Well, I think it's still obviously super important for Texans. It affects us as much as any other state, or more than any other state, because we have 2/3 of the border covering our border. 2/3 of the Mexican border with the United States is covered by Texas. And the negative impact of what Joe Biden did with illegal immigration and encouraging it and inviting it and telling the cartels to bring it has a massive impact, not just on our budget, but just on social costs and crime and human trafficking. So it is a huge issue for every Texan.